Hello, Matthew Williams here. Just bringing you some little gossip that I'd like to do, and what I'm going to do is in the background on my video projector, because we can't afford blue screens here, so we have to have very expensive high definition projectors instead, because we can't afford a blue screen. Well, actually we can afford a blue screen, we just can't be asked to get the blue screen out yet, so sorry about the unshaven quality. I'm spoiling the nice video going on in the background, but it's Steve Alexander and Rob Lukins, Karen Alexander. It's like Mission Impossible graphics going on here. Very good video. That's why I'm putting it on in the background. I've had permission to kind of promote this because I thought it was one of the best crop circle videos I've seen. It's called The Art of Space, Crop Circles of 2010, and the production quality of this video is absolutely superb. And I think my video projector is just clipping the top of it off there. It's not actually clipped like that normally, but that's just my video projector doing that. But what a superb video, and it employs the best helicopter footage of the 2010 season, and it was a really interesting season, and this is the best video I think I've seen to actually show off the crop circles, because it does some very smooth photography going around the crop circles, and what you'll see in a minute is some examples of that. So each circle is presented on its own with all of the footage, and you can see he's just sped it up here for effect, but then you get down to the really smooth footage. Let me get out of the way. So you've got stuff like that, and yeah, he's just doing it for effect there, you know, a little bit of a speed up. But you really do get a great idea of what it's like to be above the crop circles with this video. And anyway, let's skip on to some other bits, and you can see this is really quite smooth work, you know, that you've got here. It's very smooth stuff. You know, you don't often get anything like this with other video stuff out there. So I would recommend getting in touch with Steve at temporarytemples.co.uk. So that's temporarytemples.co.uk, and buy a copy of this DVD. It's absolutely stunning. I'm just going to fast forward to one that I was particularly impressed with, which is this one. Not necessarily the circle. The circle's quite nice, but it's just look at this footage. Look at that. You've got the barley being blown in the wind, and it's just angelic. Don't you just love that? You can't beat that. I mean, what footage is that? That's absolutely superb. And you've got lovely passes like this, and the whole video is just full of lovely photography like this for an hour. And the whole way it's edited, it's put together so you could just put it on a wall like I've got it in a party, or showing it to your friends on a large screen TV, and you could just, you know, get drunk, take drugs, you know, whatever you do in front of your large screen TV, and enjoy it. It's absolutely superb. So you've got there's no commentary. There's no interjection about who's made the circles and who's not made the circles. It's just lovely photography like this. And, you know, as I found as it went on, the actual photography got more and more steady as well. So it's like as you watch it, it gets better. You know, even towards the end, you know, you kind of like, it gets better and better and better. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to say go and buy the video. It's probably about £15, I would imagine. But if you know how much money gets spent every year by Steve on his helicopter work, then you wouldn't really begrudge paying £15 for this, because it costs approximately £400 an hour to fly a helicopter. So this stuff is really the business. But no talking in it, just music, and an excellent little experience to have. But anyway, I'm going to pause that now, because let's go on to some other bit. Anyhow, there we are, nice shot. So I'm going to talk to you now about a letter which I've got in front of me from Bufora, British UFO Research Association. Let me just see if I can access the focus controls. So it's a To whom it may concern, hang on, here you go, and it says Matthew Williams was invited to speak by Befora at one of our monthly lectures. Anyway, it's written by Judith Jafar, the vice chairman of Befora, but I'll put it up on screen so if somebody is interested in actually reading it properly, they can. There you go. We're all high tech here, so there you go. The real letter, and it's just documenting one of Crop Circle history's, Crop Circle past, one of the little events that's happened, which, kind of tells you a little bit about the types of people you've got out there involved in Crop Circle research. So what we've got is a situation where I was invited to speak at a Befora lecture in London, and the Crop Circle researchers got on to the people who ran the the venue hall called the Quakers, and this particular person called Francine Blake, a Crop Circle researcher of great renown, contacted them and said that I shouldn't be allowed to speak. So what I'll do is I'll just read you the letter and it'll make more sense. So Matthew Williams was invited by Befora to speak at one of our monthly lectures on the 8th of January 2001. Matthew agreed, and then our then lecture organizer and council member Malcolm Robinson duly sent out publicity to all of our usual contacts. So I don't know, the focus is going in and out here, sorry about that. There we are, that's about right. At some point after this, and before the lecture, the caretaker/manager at the Quaker International Centre, which is the venue for our meetings, received a communication from Francine Blake. I believe it was a letter, and in this letter she insisted that Matthew Williams was a liar and a troublemaker, and ought not to be allowed to speak at the Quaker venue. In addition, she also requested that all Quaker centres and Friends meeting houses throughout the country be informed of his undesirability and told not to allow him to take a platform. Being concerned and curious, the caretaker phoned Malcolm Robinson to find out what all this was about. Malcolm duly informed him that it was within the Crop Circle. I'm not getting this very well. Malcolm duly informed him that within the Crop Circle fraternity, feelings were running high and opinion was polarised, and as such, sorry, it's a bit dark here, and as such we felt that it was in the public interest to allow Matthew to air some of his very controversial views. As the chairman of Befora meetings, I requested that this communication be shown to me, but I was told by the caretaker that it was a private communication, and he did not feel that it was proper to show it to a third party, but was perfectly happy to relate its contents, which he did. After the situation was explained, that Matthew did not constitute a threat to the safety of the realm, the caretaker said that he wanted to hear Matthew's lecture even more now than ever, and reminded us that in no uncertain terms that the whole Quaker ethos was built around personal freedom, and with it freedom of speech being one of its most precious tenets. Where am I? I can't read this, it's too dark. Hang on. True to his word, he came in and sat in on the lecture, which is one of the best talks Befora has sponsored in recent years. Matthew's lecture was informational, enlightening, non-confrontational, and technically superbly presented. Several members of the Crop Circle fraternity were present and asked polite and relevant questions. At no time was there even a hint of trouble, nor any harsh words issued. As the chairman of the meeting, and when introducing the speaker, I mentioned that Francine Blake, and it says in brackets, I do not know the woman at all, close brackets, had attempted to prevent him from speaking, but neither Befora nor the Quakers will entertain such manoeuvring, that we didn't deplore intimidation tactics. And that's signed Judith Jafar, the vice chair of Befora. So there we are. The screen's going crazy. Screensaver kicks in like that sometimes. So it's just interesting, isn't it, that Francine Blake wanted to stop people speaking around the country about the subject of crop circles. So wrote to the Quakers, whose mandate and is basically to allow freedom of speech, and she wrote to them and said that they should censor somebody. Now that's really intelligent, isn't it? Now if she'd actually bothered to do her homework, she would have realised that the Quakers are founded on freedom of speech. So therefore, to write to them and ask them to censor somebody is a little bit dumb. So anyway, another person who's tried to censor my freedom of speech is Lucy Pringle, who has done these calendars, actually. Sorry, this one's a calendar by Francine Blake, that's why I brought it in, because what Francine Blake makes her money from selling calendars to people, and these calendars, basically contain pictures of crop circles, things like that, and some of these crop circles are done by people I know, and some of them are done by moi. I can't say the ones done by other people, but anyway, she makes her money from selling calendars like that. Now that one is me. I did that one, and that was a paid-for formation by myself for a gentleman called Masao Maki, who comes from the States, and that's his family crest. Well, he comes from Japan. His family are from Japan, but he works in Colorado in the United States. But that's his family crest, and he asked it to be done. So there we are. Now, interestingly, somebody who has as well tried to prevent me speaking at various events, such as the Crop Circle conference in Andover, where she demanded that I be removed from the building, otherwise she was going to refuse to speak. So censorship of a form. But anyway, Francine has tried to censor us, and so has Lucy. So Lucy's calendar, this is this very nice calendar she does, actually, and I think the quality is very good. But just going through them, and then you've got different bits and pieces. Some very nice sorts of things. But what I found interesting was that's my crop circle there. I did that one. So Lucy, I was going to say Francine, I almost said then, but Lucy doesn't know the difference between man-made stuff and whatever. Screen going off again there. Right, that's one of mine, the Queen. Did that myself, and Paul did that. And obviously she likes our work. And the Serpent in the Eastfield, that was one of mine. Naughty me, eh? But I've spoken out about it now, so yeah. And that was a collaboration with myself and some other very well-known circle maker, but so there we go. People and censorship. I just thought I'd bring you the very nice video by Stephen Alexander and just talk to you a little bit about censorship over the years, and hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks very much.